If you ever wanted a video where you can see my pimples, this is the video for you. Hi everyone, this is my review and reaction of the Ghostbusters trailer. This video is brought to you by the Black Man Answers Cosmo podcast, my podcast, where I talk about, nerdy stuff, but also I answer sex questions and relationship questions and dating questions. So if you have any of that stuff, send it to me over on Twitter and subscribe to the podcast at SoundCloud and iTunes. Easy to find, description down below. Now let's talk about this Ghostbusters trailer. So if you guys don't know, they are making a new Ghostbusters movie, and a lot of people really wanted a true sequel. And then it was announced that the Ghostbusters were going to be played by women. And everyone's like, no, they're changing things. No, we hate change, which you hear all the time on the internet. The internet hates anything changing. Understandable. It happens, okay? But here's the problem. By the way, we're recording in my car. But here's the problem. They made things so mysterious that we didn't know what we were getting. And now we're all disappointed because they open up the trailer and they show like so much time has passed where these 4 scientists did great things to bust ghosts. First of all, Winston was not a scientist. Just throwing it out there. Just give me some accuracy. Next, this is just kind of teasing the fans that really wanted like a continuation, because it's not a continuation, it's a reboot. They're acting like these women Ghostbusters have invented all this for the first time, and that's a gigantic misstep because Ghostbusters has a legacy that should be followed. When they had the cartoon, The Extreme Ghostbusters, the one thing I did really like about it is that they kept the old Ghostbusters in play. They weren't a big part of the show, but they stayed in play, and their legacy wasn't ignored. Their legacy was revered. They were heroes. And I think anything going forward with Ghostbusters should always do that. This new take ruins it. It really does. It just crumbles everything to dust. It doesn't ruin your childhood. It doesn't ruin the movie that came before it. But it does ruin what it stood for. And it ruins the legacy because now they're like, oh yeah, those guys, they didn't exist. Whatever, no big deal. Here's a new Slimer. They're going to do that. They're definitely going to do that. And I just wish they would have just kind of went forward on their own path and not completely demolished the path that was before it, if that makes any sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is the fact that they're taking it and making it as if the first Ghostbusters were women isn't the way it should go. The way it should go is they should have, the old Ghostbusters pass on the torch, or the fact that, like Bill Murray didn't want to be a part of the movie, which is fine. Harold Ramis has passed away, understandable too. They could have easily, though, taken the 2 remaining Ghostbusters, or even some other Ghostbuster like prodigies, and said, hey, we think you guys are great. We think you guys are amazing. We want to pass this along to you. And then you see their struggles in having to fit the shoes filled by the other Ghostbusters. Like they have to live up to that legacy. And all that backstory is gone. And instead is replaced with stupid jokes. The jokes in that trailer were not funny. And that's a shame because the actresses playing in the roles are all funny women. They're all funny women. They got the style down, but right up to the point where you have them driving in a hearse and she's like, oh, it's a Cadillac. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Not only are you a black woman, but you're also playing up every stereotype you can possible. Right down to the church lady thing where you're slapping Melissa McCarthy. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What is this? Stop. Like, I grew up with the Ghostbusters cartoon, the real Ghostbusters cartoon. And I love that. And I love the Extreme Ghostbusters. I really did. A lot of people didn't get into it. I dug it. They showed the Ghostbusters respect. They showed that the legacy meant something. They held on to what came before it, and they pushed forward with it. They gave them their own personalities, their own storylines, and all that stuff without destroying the past. That's what's awesome. That's what's extreme. This trailer's not doing that, y'all. And it's too late. The movie's been made. It's in the books, and this is what they want to do. So if you want a true Ghostbusters sequel, go play the video game that they put out a couple years ago, which is excellent, by the way. Go enjoy that, because to me, going forward, the Ghostbusters, no pun intended, are dead.